had a guy complain the other day. He says, "Is there any way you can get that thing set up before you go live?" He says, "It's really irritating." So I sent him an email back saying, "Well, go watch something else." I mean,
It's not very nice, but
this is a
yeah.
one-man show. What do you think you got here? CBS?
Well, we could be a little bit more organized, but that's okay.
If they seen how that works, they'd see why I have to set that up because I want you cannot see a camera till you go live.
Yeah,
There's nothing there. It's such a blank
that's true.
screen.
Okay, let's see. Hey, Jerry, Elizabeth.
Are we on?
Uh
Oh, they heard me bitching.
huh. Probably.
Oh,
Did y'all hear that? Let's see. Yes, we're on the front porch today. It's beautiful out here, but we do got some wind going on. So, don't be surprised if we have to move sometime in that process. But it's just wind gusts. It's not constant wind. It's a wind gust every once in a while. So, but other than that, life is beautiful out here. And I know you guys are regretting your weather today. You had some beautiful weather, and then all of a sudden it changed. I seen something from Laura Lampy. Said that it was 70 degrees one day, and when she got up this morning, it was like 30. That's harsh. That's really harsh. Hey, Mark in Iowa, KM, Cindy G. Yes, we got sunshine. And Jerry said, yes, they heard it. Greetings from Lake Denham. Well, hello, Janet. I don't think I've seen you on here before. Tammy Ferguson says hello. And Harley John says, what's up, Skippy?
I'm complaining already. That's what's up.
Hi from Massachusetts.
I'm complaining for one reason. All this stuff that we give you, here's how my mind works. I'm not complaining here. I'm just telling you how my mind works. We have always done this this channel for information for people coming to the villages, like our contractor thing. When you first come here, you don't know who to call because you hear so many stories about this guy ripped that guy off, or some cleaning lady stole somebody's diamond watch when they cleaned the house. So you don't know who to call. So we've always done information to help people out to get them started. Is it the only information? No, but it helps get you started. So I'm doing this porch sitting thing is just a way for us to talk to you directly, to answer I got to reset that again. My head's at the top of the screen. So anyway, I got to, we did that to be able to keep in touch with you.
Yeah.
Because we've got to know a lot of you this way. We know who you are, about where you live, things. And so you can ask questions. We can talk back and forth. You guys get to know Phil B., the fudge guy. You get to know Jerry. He's on here all the time. Kevin, all these people that live all around the United States, you get to know them just as much as you get to know us.
Right.
And then a guy sent me a thing saying, first of all, he calls me Skippy, and I'll be honest with you, that irritates me. I feel like you're talking down at me when you do that. I'm not a child anymore. Second of all, he was complaining about how when we first get started, I have to move the camera around and get set it. And I thought to myself, all this is free. Doesn't cost you a damn dime. And he's probably not a member of the channel to start with. So I don't know what he's complaining about. I mean, I don't have a camera crew here. This ain't CBS. I don't get paid to do this unless you're a channel member, and he probably isn't. I find the ones that complain the most are the ones that pay absolutely nothing to get it. So like it, enjoy it. If you don't like it, there's other channels here now. Move on. I ain't got time for you. I'm too old for this.
John O'Brien says Skip's eyebrows and above are cut off. So you need to move it back.
My eyebrows.
Yeah.
It ain't my eyebrows.
Eyebrows and above are cut off.
No, I'm looking right at it. My eyebrows are not cut off. If it's cut off, your TV's screwed up.
Yeah.
You see it? Is my eyebrows cut off?
No.
That's right.
Just the top of your head, but I said just move it back a little bit.
I do need to raise this up, though. It's too low. I'd say about right there ought to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably good. How's
also,
that, guys?
wait a minute. I got to go back inside for a minute.
Yeah, if you're expecting perfection, this ain't it. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh, Harley, Johnny, you like that video on our on all our vendors and people that we have work for us? You know, the idea is that they did work for us and they did what they were supposed to do. They were very reliable, very easy to get a hold of. The work was very good, timing was very good, and so that's why we recommend them. Uh, it's I know there's a million other companies out there. These are just people that we trust that we have used, just to give you an idea. And so I'm glad you liked the video. Huh?
Well, I didn't really like the video. That's a fallacy when people say that. You got half a dozen people that like the video, but that's not the numbers I'm looking for. I like to get 5,000 to 20,000 views per video. That one hasn't even gotten 2,000 views yet.
Okay.
So it means I'll probably never do another one. That's what that means.
Oh my.
By the
Okay.
way, I want to say, Robin, our Oklahoma people that we met, she sent me an email yesterday, and it says that in Oklahoma, I'm not sure exactly where they're at in Oklahoma. Probably, I don't know, Oklahoma City. Ain't that where everybody lives? Or Tulsa?
I
That's
don't know.
only two towns I know of. She said it got to be 82 degrees yesterday in Oklahoma.
That's what says Chicago was up in the 70s.
Today, the high is going to be 47 with a low of 23.
Yeah, didn't I tell you just wait for the next shoe to drop, because it's really too early for that anywhere. And so I knew, you had something coming. Now it may not last long because the groundhog said, that spring's going to come early. So I said, hopefully you just got hit with this bad one for a little bit, and it'll straighten back up and get warm again. And like I said, I don't know about here. We're going to have decent weather at least until Saturday. It's going to rain, I think, all day Saturday, but still the temperatures is going to be pretty good. But all you people that come down for your lifestyle visit and you had crummy weather, I feel for you. I always was scared of that. We'd come down here. For our vacation, and we have 7 to 10 days, something like that. And I said, and I'd look in the paper and I'd see that it says rain every day. And I said, in the summertime, it does rain every day. We have a rainy season here. But in the summertime, it's 10 minutes of rain. Then the sun comes back out and you go on about your business. That's fine. But like I said, if you look in the paper and you're looking at thunderstorms every day, and you think, oh my God, the whole vacation is going to be ruined.
The first month that we moved in this house,
Yeah.
I thought we made a mistake. I really did.
Yeah. But
We
like,
moved in this house, and literally for 10 straight days, from the day we moved in, we're in here moving furniture around, unboxing boxes, moving in. And for 10 straight days, 24 hours a day, it rained. It rained. We had a river of water between our houses running down to the street on both sides, in every house in the whole neighborhood. And I just thought to myself, what the hell did I just move into?
oh, thank you, Harley John. He says $20. This is for cookies, Skippy. Just poke the bear.
I hear you out there.
Thank you, Harley. That's wonderful. And oh my goodness.
I got an email yesterday, also from Make-A-Wish down there, from some guy I don't know. I got a feeling it might be a father, maybe, I don't know, of a child. And apparently some of our money went for this kid. And it says, hi, Sue and Skip. This afternoon, our small community recognized Andy, 8-year-old, inoperable brain tumor, with a Make-A-Wish granted for his family to travel to Disney. I'm assuming Disney World in Florida. It was remarkable, and we thought of all the wonderful work you and Sue have done to create such incredible opportunities. We thought you both might like to see this little celebration at our fire station for Andy Boykin, and from Kathy and Harry. That's all it says. They sent a small video of when he come to the fire station, and I guess they took him down to there, maybe in a fire. I don't know if he can walk. I don't know anything about the child. But anyway, so we got that letter.
That's wonderful. That's what Make-A-Wish does. And I said that this, with an inoperable tumor, listen, to make his days happier, that's wonderful. It's just a little bit that you can do. I mean, you can't help him at that point, but it's a little bit that you can do. Now, not all of them are in that shape. Some people do recover. Our last wish kid, she did recover and went on to be a healthy and happy teenager. She's a wonderful kid. She really was. But it was kind of stop and go there for a little while when she was younger.
Another email I want to get on before we get off of here.
Okay.
From I don't want to say the name wrong. From Tony and Dina Marfiotti.
Yeah, Marifiotti. Yeah.
Marfiotti or whatever.
Fiotti,
Anyway,
Fiotti, yeah.
says Dina and I would like to send you a gift, but we have to get the order placed. What size t-shirts do you and Sue wear? I wear fat. I wear double X, right?
Yeah.
I wear double X. I don't know what she wears.
Large.
Large.
Because I always wear a shirt underneath everything in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah. And I assume you got our mailing address. It's in the description box below every video. If you watched last week's news, I think it was last week's, at the bottom of the screen, I put two things down there to help out. I put a P.O. box over here on the left that pops on and off. And on the right, I put some email, right? Email. Whatever I put on there, those are mine also. But other than that, you can go to the description box below, and my P.O. box is always on there. But it's P.O. Box 337.
Yeah.
Wildwood, Florida 34785.
Don't ask me about that because I never remember.
Yeah, I think it's 34785
Yeah.
Wildwood, Florida.
Oh, and Laura says thank you for posting the contractor and vendor recommendations. Well, I said you're welcome.
Started, that's all.
Yeah.
You just call them, get an estimate. If you want to call 2 or 3 other people, then do so.
Yeah. We just know that they treated us right. Those
are the people that we use.
Mm-hmm. Tricia Nett says she liked the contractor video. So,
actually,
give me a hint. Custom windows.
Custom windows.
No, I did see a thing on one of the neighborhood sites this morning about somebody that had went to Custom Windows and they had put a lien on the property. I assume till the work was done.
You got to pay the bill.
Yeah.
That's not unusual for a contractor to do that. In case you guys don't know,
Yeah.
You don't freak out. Even in Indiana, they've done that. You hire a contractor, say, to put on a room addition on your house. Say it's $30,000. If you don't pay him cash, which most people don't, then there's serious. He'll put the concrete in. A check is due. They're done at that point, and then they'll do the framing, and then a check is due. And then as they progress, the wiring, electric wiring comes in. It gets inspected by the city. It gets approved. A check is due, and that's how it goes. And if you have it set up another way, they put a lien on your house until you pay, and then the lien is released, or it's supposed to be released. I'll put it that way. So that's not unusual for them to do that.
When I think this person was saying, check and make sure that they release it, because a lot of people aren't aware that they do that. So
I don't imagine Custom Windows is going to screw anybody, not on purpose anyway, because even the president of the company came here at Christmas time and sang carols. I mean, these are good people.
These are good people. Yeah.
They're just family people. They have a business, and I think they're all related somewhere along the line, and they're just all trying to make a living here in the villages as it grows. So I don't have a problem with them, and hopefully you don't either. But I would double check, make sure that link's taken off, and make sure your bill's paid. That'd be the big thing.
Yeah. This is from Peter. Says, I'm a newer viewer. Found some of your old videos, and they are gold. Great advice about getting the biggest garage in Lanai. How big is Linda's Lanai?
Her Lanai, we all go by square footage, and I don't know her square footage, but she don't have a standard Lanai. Hers is like octagon shape. It's a circle that comes around, kind of. This wall's kind of straight, right? Then over here, it's kind of straight this way.
Yeah.
And then over here, though, it kind of goes over and busts against the wall. Maybe it's not a circle, but it feels kind of like a circle. And it goes way out. So maybe that's where I get that idea of doing that. Okay. So I don't know how big it is. Her Lanai is bigger than mine, I would say, by square footage. Mine is exactly rectangle. It goes out as far as it can to the property line, close to the property line, which I think is 7 feet, is as far as you can go. And then it goes over and comes into the house. So I don't even know how many square. When you call Custom Windows, it's funny how they do things. They'll measure stuff, but basically they go by doors. All the doors are the same size apparently. And he come in and he goes, okay, we're going to do a 2 and a 2 and a 3 and a 3. And then there's a price. It seems like that's how it's done.
Now they do measure to make sure of that, but I mean, that's how they they get an idea of what they need for the work and all. And like I said, we've never had any problem with them. And
The only extra thing we had to have done was our lanai originally was white, and she wanted to turn it to dark brown, and so they had to come in and do all that, change to brown.
yeah, the metal pieces. So, okay, let's see. My phone jumped for some reason. Let's see.
Mal Barker. I don't have the exact information, but I got another email or 2 or 3 people, or maybe it's comments. I made some comment about Mal Barker's place over at that, what's that town, Okawaha.
Yeah, I had a big video being Deb done and showed them floating the
Yeah.
house across the water.
Well, they said that she was not killed at this Weir Lake.
Yeah, Lake Weir, yeah.
Lake Weir. They said she was up there. No, that's not true. The rat house originally was on Lake Weir. I'm going to say that, Lake Weir. You have to Google this to double check my information. And she was killed there, and her son was killed there. And then it sat empty for a long time. Well, apparently, a developer has bought that property. He did not want that house. It was subject to be torn down, but it was declared like a historical something property. So somebody bought the house, put it on a barge, floated it clear across the lake. And there's video on YouTube about this. And they got it set up down the road.
You got your microphone on? Behind you on the chair?
Oh.
Thanks, guys. We did not notice that.
Did they miss anything I said?
Yeah. You got a voice, they probably heard you, but they didn't hear you well. So.
Okay, you can hear me well now.
Yeah.
So anyway, they floated at her house all the way across Lake Weir, put it on a truck, I suppose, I don't know, moved it to where it's at now. And I want to say it's on private property or a state property or something.
Yeah, it's kind of a park, and
yeah.
Like I said, you got to have reservations to go see it. But,
yeah, and they'll give you a tour. And I saw a guy did a video, and I saw it. Everything in that house is exact. It's exactly what was in there when she was dead. There was pictures showing her laying on the floor. I don't want to get too gross about it. They weren't gross. I'm not freaked out about all that stuff. And so that's where the house is now, but that is not the original site of the house.
Yeah, and like I said, I have a video actually on my phone of them floating the house across the water.
I didn't get it.
It was one of those that, you didn't have time for or something. Well, we didn't finish it because when we went to see the house, you had to have reservations, and we didn't get in to see the house. Okay. Tricia Ness says, any recommendations for screen repair? Yes. Is it I break, you fix? Or you break, I fix? Something like that. I can't think of it the way they put it, but they're all over. And I said, we've got a couple of them here. And I said, Skip had his screen replaced by them once before. And eventually I'm going to have to, because I've dropped mine and I've got a cracked screen. But I said, it doesn't give me any problems, so I don't worry about it.
What are you talking about? Screen? I'm talking about window screens.
Oh, I don't know.
Or they're window screens, do it yourself.
Oh, screen repair. Yeah, and she may be talking about window screens, yeah.
Well, I think Windows, again, does that. I think any of them does that.
Yeah, Custom Windows probably do that for you. They also clean, because they come and clean the windows in my lanai. They have a service that does that. They used to send you to another vendor that does that, but now they have their own cleaning service, which, like I said, the ladies were wonderful. And like I said, my lanai windows, I tried, and I had the awful streaky windows you ever saw. I couldn't get it right for nothing, but they had it done in no time. And I said, so yeah, if you need them fixed or need them cleaned, let's Custom Windows. They're just, to us, they're terrific.
Yeah, they actually take the doors out to clean them. They put it back in. I can't. It was all girls, and those doors ain't the lightest thing in the world either.
Elizabeth Chamberlain says, heading west to Seattle. Well, have a good time. And I said, I imagine, I don't know if it's going to be colder there or not. But
it'll be colder there than here. So you got to remember Seattle from my trucking adventures. There's a circle up in that corner, and it's called something tropical. Something tropical, and I can't remember. You have the southern tropics down here. Then up there, you get that one little corner right there that's something tropical. That's why all the prehistoric trees are at. You can't cut them down. That's where Bigfoot lives. I mean, it's a tropical area up there, and so you would think that they get like a ton of snow. That's not true. They get a ton of rain.
Yeah. William says, I got you guys on 2 iPhones, so it's in stereo.
There you go.
That's one way. Oh, and Elizabeth, she says she's on Amtrak heading to Seattle. I've always wanted to do that. I think take a Amtrak, and they had one that goes through, I think it goes through Canada. And I said, I looked into it, and one of my neighbors went on it, and she said it was wonderful, but everything was kind of upstairs because this was like a 2-decker train or something. And she said if you wanted to go eat, you had to go upstairs, and then at the time, yeah, and at the time my knee was not in good shape, and so I didn't do it. But I've always wanted to take one of those trips. I was thinking, from Chicago to California, that kind of thing.
I'm not interested in going to Chicago for nothing.
Well, no, I mean just to get on the train.
I'm not going there to even get on a train.
Well, I'll go without you.
Atlanta's got a train. I'll go there.
Phil says currently 80 degrees at the Savannah Center. Yeah, it's wonderful here. It really is. And then I said probably a good thing we have this wind, so it kind of keeps so it doesn't feel quite as hot.
Robin had a question too. Oklahoma Robin.
Yeah.
Says, hi, Skip and Sue. Hope you're both doing well. I watched your news yesterday. Boy, things are sure going on in the villages, but I guess I'm reading. And that was, I look forward. I had a question about the amenity fees. I just wondered if residents receive a monthly bill and have to mail it, or do the villages make residents have an automatic payment for that? I just wondered what would happen if residents fail to pay.
Yeah, it comes with the with your water bill every month. Your water and your sanitation and your amenity fees is one bill, and it comes every month. And so when you pay your water bill, you're basically paying that also. Now, what happens if you don't pay it? Well, like I said, you not only are not paying the amenity fee, you're not paying your water and sewage. And so I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm not 100% sure what they do. I don't think they shut your water off because they tell us you can't do that here.
Yeah.
Even though I shut it off all the time when I go on vacation, I'm not leaving it on. I guess they could put a lien on your house if you don't pay enough bills.
Yeah,
Too high.
I think that's,
But actually what they could actually do, I really don't know.
Rizzo says it's 79, but it feels like 84 in the Keys.
There you go.
Yep. And Phil says, stop eating cookies. You'll ruin your lunch.
What lunch?
Phil's coming and we're going to lunch.
Where are we going?
That's up to you guys.
I didn't even know about it till just now.
Well, now you're finding out. So.
Where we going, Phil?
Okay. Patrick says, hi, Skip and Sue. I saw that Bowie Run house quietly dropped in price by $5,000.
What house?
The Bowie Run house.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, like I said, Bowie Run is probably a street here in the villages somewhere that he'd mentioned before, and we just didn't pick up on it. And the price had dropped by $5,000.
We're more in line when you say Bowie Run house. That's probably a new street. I do not know all the streets in the villages. We're way too big for that. Give me the name of the village.
Yeah.
In the village of Dunham, in the village of this, or the village of that. I'm more in line of knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah. And if you get the village's V-mail, you've probably seen Jennifer Parr walking around talking about the new Eastport Hotel. And I hadn't heard of that, actually. But I'm really, really glad it'll be along the water there in Eastport. So it'll be a beautiful setting, kind of like the one in Lake Sumter is. And I'll bet I think it's supposed to be 4 stories. So I bet it's going to be beautiful. That lake down there is going to get a lot of use, I think.
Well, the truth is, have you ever seen any building? This is kind of like Disney in such a way. Have you ever seen any building that the developer builds for himself? The hotel's his, all that's his. That wasn't just like beautiful inside and out. Mm-hmm. They're all that way. Yeah. Because he owns the property, he can put it wherever he wants, like the one there in Lake Sumter. What's it called? You guys, we've been in there. They got a little restaurant in there. And you can walk downtown. The hotel.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember? It's right downtown. We went there for Deb's wedding.
I know. I don't
I don't remember the name of it either. Damn it.
it's one of those that'll come to me in a minute, but right now I don't
Anyway,
remember.
you can't ask for a better location for a hotel. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, outside, there's the
Yeah.
lake. They got outside seating.
You can walk to
You can
town.
walk to town.
All the restaurants.
Yeah, it's just it's one of the best. What the price is, I don't know, but I mean, it's one of the best hotels around as far as I'm
And they
concerned.
have refurbished it because it was getting a little long in the tooth, so it needed some upgrades, and they have done that.
They did.
And well, the last video we done there, that's what they were doing. They were in the midst of refurbishing.
Sue and Deb done a complete video of that hotel in the rooms and everything.
Yeah.
They got a tour from the manager.
Yeah, and it's like it's a nice place. Like I said, the sitting for it is just incredible. Like it's sitting right there on the water. But like it's also one of those things that you can go to the restaurants and the squares, and it's just.
But there's a restaurant inside the hotel.
Yes, they got a nice.
I've never ate in that restaurant ever.
I've had a couple ladies' lunches there, and they were okay.
That means it's no big deal.
Well, I mean, they've got.
I know Sue. When she says it's okay, just save your money and go somewhere else.
No, I mean it was, but it wasn't. You know, at the time, I think I just got burgers and fries.
You don't eat burgers.
I don't now, but I used to, and I think that's just what I got at the time. So, Vicki Carney says, "Hi, Skip and Sue. We are packing up now for our move there. 58 degrees in San Antonio. Wow, I figured it'd be warmer in San Antonio. That must be that cold front that's coming back.
They're moving away from all the illegals there.
Gosh,
San Antonio's been on the news almost every night.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Why I know that the weather was pretty warm. So I said 58. That's getting down there. Oh, Patrick says Bosie Run. Okay.
Bosie Run.
Bosie Run.
Okay.
Yeah. They dropped the price 5,000. Yeah, because it's not selling, and I don't understand why. It's the exact of this house, and they've got the upgrades and everything. And
what's the price on it?
It was $399.
Okay,
they dropped it another
that
$5.
Sounds reasonable to me, but
yeah, it sounded reasonable to me. And the one back here on Ichabod.
Here's the problem you have with pre-owned homes when you go to sell them, and we've talked about this. I had Ivor on my W&L show 2 or 3 times, and he talked about it. And it's just a stigma that goes along with it. That, believe it or not, if you compare models to models, you can't compare my wisteria to some other model that they're building in a newer area because that'll be totally different. But generally speaking, you can buy a brand new home of whatever you're looking at cheaper than to buy a pre-owned home of that same model anywhere else because of all the upgrades that people do.
Yeah.
So and that's
you gotta decide what you want to do.
Yeah, that's the competition. If you want to spend 40, 50 grand getting your house fixed up, which we haven't spent that much, but we probably spent.
Oh yes, we have.
No, we probably spent 30.
Yeah.
I don't know what we spent. We don't keep track of it. But anyway, when you spend that kind of money on a house and try to recapture that, always remember. See, I think my house is worth about $415. That's just what I think. I'd have to get in a professional opinion because, like stock, this month it might be worth $415. Next month might be worth $390. I don't know. I'm not figuring on selling it anyway. But my point is, you could probably buy this exact same house down in the brand new area, wherever that is, Dabney or whatever it is.
Dabney's what they're selling right now.
Okay, they might sell this house brand new down there for $285.
I seen one in the paper this morning, and it was $363, I think.
Okay, but no, we're cheaper than this one.
Yeah, yeah.
So that happens all the time, and that's what that's your competition, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I think most people that come here appreciate that. So then they get into the problem of picking the upgrades on your house. Not only do you like, but let's say they're going to be long lasting. Pick a color of a tile that'll be good for 20 years. Pick a color of the wall paint that you're going to do that'll be good for 20 years. And I can tell you that you don't want to move into a house, and you can do what you want. It's your house. You don't want to move into a house and start repainting the rooms. I want a blue room. I want a pink room. I want a green room. That's going to be your detriment when you go to sell that house.
Oh, hi, Joy. How are you? I said, you feeling better?
Are you still infected?
You know what? I found out that half the neighborhood here that went on the cruise, we didn't go on the neighborhood cruise, but half the neighborhood went on a neighborhood cruise. And a bunch of them that's come back, one by one, are coming up with COVID. So, yeah, that's another reason why It's not big on my list to do another cruise. Oh yeah. And Tricia Nett says thank you. Okay.
Who's Tricia Nett? I know who Tricia Nett is. Thank you for what?
Well, we must answer one of the questions.
Oh.
Ricky P said he liked the contractor video. And yeah. And then we're getting the mic check.
I still put them on there for my regular people that I know is going to move here, and it's information they can use. They can write it down, refer to it later, whatever. But I look at the channel as a business overall, and overall that video didn't draw any views. So it's one of them things that I look at going and I weigh it. This video got 10,000 views in 1 week. This video got 1,200. The 1,200 goes. It's one of them things that I probably won't do that often. That's why we really want to do that contractor thing about once a year, because it never gets a lot of views.
Yeah. But like I said, we thought it was important.
I think it's important because I remember what it was like when we first moved here. Who do we call for the TV? We didn't know who to call. And the only reason why we called Comcast is because I knew Comcast is where the villages had their channel. Yeah. That's the only reason why I went there. Thinking that's probably the best, or otherwise they wouldn't have it.
Like when we had the garage done. We didn't use Romaldo. Like I said, we've always used Romaldo. We didn't use Romaldo because he was on vacation or something, and we wanted it done right away.
This garage we're talking about.
Yeah, this garage.
The epoxy floor put in, terrible job.
Yeah.
Terrible job. Didn't last 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's still in here. And now I'm perplexed about what to do with it.
I don't think we're going to do anything with it.
No, because I talked to Romaldo about it. He said in order to refinish it, they got to actually grind all of the enamel off of the concrete and start over. Yeah. That grinding is going to cost.
My phone's buffering. Is your? And my phone's buffering. I don't think that was. Okay. Hey, Desmindy.
I was going to say,
the weather's beautiful. Like I said, you know what? Like I said, I know up north that they're getting another storm. And I said they had beautiful weather for a couple days. I said I couldn't believe the weather when I looked. They've got a weather map in the paper, and I look every day at that weather map to see what it's doing in Indianapolis because that's where family is. And I said they've been having some wonderful weather. And that Laura Lampy that's on here, she's up in around the Chicago area, and she had on Facebook this morning that she walked Josie. And it was 70-some degrees, and then this morning when they got up, it was only 30. And I said, that's harsh.
She's in the Chicago area.
Yeah, in the Chicago area, yeah.
Weston's house over here, their mother passed away over here, and they're going to sell that house. Sue says it's already listed, but we can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think they've advertised it or anything, but somebody told me that they listed it with the
Well, they may have listed it, but they hadn't been advertised yet.
Because they're not done with it.
No, they're still moving stuff in and out, in and out, in and out. And, I see a big trunk sitting there. I don't know what's in the trunk, but I wouldn't mind having that trunk. Usually there's a company here you can call, and they have estate sales on when somebody like that passes away. And it's weird how they do estate sales here, I think, because they don't do sales like that in Indiana. They just go in the house, basically. Your dishes and stuff are all set out like on the table, and they get them all together, and they put a price on a stack. You can't buy a dish, you buy the stack. But through the house, they just go walk around the house, and they put a price on a sticker on everything in the house. Pictures on the wall, they put a price on it. Your bed, they'll put a sticker on the bed, they'll put a sticker on the TV. They put stickers everywhere. And if you're interested in buying anything on there, you take the sticker up to the lady, pay for it, and then you can haul it out whenever you get a chance to haul it out.
Yeah. And then usually they start on one day it's full price, and next day it may be half price and that kind of thing.
The sales are only like 3 days.
Yeah.
And that last day is when everything is really sliced, but it's what everybody else didn't want, really.
Yeah. And this is a brother and sister, and they live down here in Florida, so that's probably why they're taking stuff, not doing that, so. Laura wants to know, when there's a pre-owned home listed by Properties of the Villages, what does certified mean on the listing? Is that some kind of home warranty offered by the seller?
I think certified means that
been inspected.
You can get all that. You can get extended warranty. You can get That's why it's certified. They have certified that this is eligible for this other stuff if you want to do it. I won't swear to that. I'd call a real estate guy and ask him straight out what that means. But the main thing is beyond all that, because to me, that's all insignificant. You want to make sure that that property is in deed compliance on a pre-owned home wherever you buy it.
And that doesn't come under the same heading as the certified. Certified, like it is inspection on the property, but it doesn't tell you whether it's in compliance or not. So, okay. Let's see. Oh, Des Mindy says settlement next week, heading down to Florida on Sunday. Well, come on down. The weather's beautiful here.
Marsha is on here.
Yeah.
How come I don't see Marsha on Discord? Or maybe I do, and it's a different name. Marsha, are you on Discord? And are you a different name? Are you there? You don't have to give me your name here if you don't want to. I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah.
If not, you've gotten the link sent to you several times. If you need the link again, let me know.
Yeah. Well, and somebody wanted to know one of the chicken noodle recipe, and I'll send that to you as soon as I sit down and write it down.
Here's how you do it. Here's how I've decided to do this. You have to go to Patreon and become a member. Go to the $2 level. It's only $2. You're going to get a lot of stuff on there, all commercial free, and you're going to get a link to a private Discord. That's our Discord for our members only. Go to Discord. Sue's on there all the time. Ask for her recipes, and she'll send them to you.
Okay. Yeah, and Tricia said she was talking about a window screen. There's a giant rip in it. Okay. Tricia Ness said she was talking about a window screen. There's a giant rip in it.
Oh.
Yeah, just
you know. I don't know if you're handy with tools because it's really easy. Replacing the screens is easy peasy, and it's not that expensive at all. You can go to Home Depot, buy a kit. It's a little tool kit for window screens, and measure your window and get a window screen 3 inches wider and 3 inches taller than what you really need. And it's easy peasy. I'm telling you, it's not a big deal. My dad used to do 20, 30 of them a day when he had a small company, and I used to help him. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Now,
or if you've got a frame.
Yeah, if it's a big screen, I'd be different. But an average window screen here, I could replace a screen in this in 20 minutes.
A little nice screen, that might be different. Yeah.
I'd probably hire somebody because it's one huge screen that goes all the way across.
Yeah.
This screen is probably 7 feet tall and 30 feet long. I'm not putting that in.
Yeah. And I was looking from the inside of the house. I was looking at these windows last night. And I said, when the sun's on this side of the house, and I could see how dirty these windows were. So I need to work on cleaning them. Let's see.
William said, did you hear about on top of the world building a large apartment building on property? No, I have not.
They're trying to keep up. I mean,
well, the thing that I know about on top of the world compared to villages is on top of the world is a truly gated community. You can't rent something out there for a month or 2 or 3. I think 6 months is minimum. And the reason why they've done that is so they don't have any Airbnbs there. So if it's an apartment building and it's age restricted, I can almost guarantee you that somebody 25 years old isn't going to rent one of them apartments. It's going to be somebody, I think they're 55 plus. You got to be at least 55. Mm-hmm. And that's the rule here that's broken all the time. The rule here simply says it's an 80-20 rule. 20% of the people can be under the age of 55. That rule was written in case somebody's spouse passes away and his wife was younger than him, she's allowed to stay. But it also says in the rule, one person living here full-time, and that's a key word, full-time, in the house has to be at least 55 years old. And that rule's broken all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Emilio J. Any talk about home insurance from neighbors over or under 2,000? Love Life Chat. You know, we're not up to that 2,000 mark yet. Ours went up $400 this year, and I'm thinking of switching it. And the reason I'm thinking of switching is not because it went up, because everybody's went up. But the reason I'm thinking of switching is because the amount that they're insuring the house for. I can get a lot better deal with some other companies. I was waiting for the hubbub to die down a little bit because there's a lot of companies. Some of them was leaving. I heard there's more coming in now. And so I was kind of weighing what I had against some of the newer stuff coming in. So haven't changed yet, but it is on my wheelhouse. Like I said, there's a lot of people, depending on what size house you have. Like I said, mine hasn't up to 2,000 yet, and it didn't double like a lot of them said theirs did. So the 2,000 would be a little bit bigger house than what we've got, I believe.
It was a guy from New Jersey that sent me an email about that. He said we might want to check into it, which I'm not going to. So that the reason why his insurance went up there, he said, because it goes up everywhere, compared back to here.
Yeah.
He said his went up $1,000 a year because the insurance company raised the amount of the interior stuff in his house, the replacement value of it. My question would be, how would they know what he's got in that house?
Yeah.
He said, you might want to check into that. He said, because when I found that out, he said, I lowered the amount of what they said the interior of my house was worth. And that just sounds just like Wendy's. Have you guys got the latest news on Wednesday that came out yesterday? I don't know what's going on in this world anymore. I don't. They call it something. I can't remember.
Surge pricing.
Surge pricing. In other words, for a hamburger, if you go there, say at at noon, lunch hour, that hamburger may cost you $12. You go there at 3 in the afternoon when everybody's back at work. There's no big call for it. That same hamburger may cost you $6. They're going to call it surge pricing, and it's an experiment to see how that works. Well, I can tell you right now, I don't like it at all.
Yeah, and I said vote with your with your service. And I said if you don't like it either, make sure you tell them about it. Like they're doing away with the checkouts, the unmanned checkouts, because people didn't like it and they complained, and so a lot of places are going back to the regular checkout now. So I said you got a voice, use it.
Listen, I've said a long time ago, and I don't care what system they come up with. I don't care what the company's name is. I do not work for them, and I'm not doing somebody else's job for nothing.
Yeah. Phil says his amenity fee was $425 last month.
What?
Phil said his amenity fee was $425 this last month.
Amenity fee?
That's what he said.
No.
That can't be. That has to be the whole thing.
Yeah.
The water, the sewer, the trash, and the amenity fee would be $425 because that's an awful big number. Let's see.
Desmond says, I don't think I need a pool in the house in the village because there's so many nice pools around, and that is true. But Phil has a good response. He said, you're right, Desmond, but other villagers object when you take your clothes off at the public pools. Now, that's funny, but remember the guy from Germany? We were at a pool, and this guy so nonchalantly, like it was done every day, and I found out later in Germany this is a normal thing, I guess. He just walks into the pool, and he has his swimming trunks and stuff on and the T-shirt on, and he walked over there and just kind of put his hand up on a rail, just leaned against the rail, and took his pants off, his underwear off, his socks off, his T-shirt off, and was naked as a jaybird to get in the pool. And everybody there was like not wanting to look at him. They're all like, oh my God, look at this guy over here. Oh my God.
His wife was standing there handing him his clothes.
Yeah.
And I said, so, some of the European countries aren't quite as prudish as what we are here.
I was sitting in the hot tub. I was sitting in the hot tub with Sue, and I told Sue, I said, hey, look over your shoulder. Look at this guy over here.
Yeah. Like it's something to look at. Yeah. Okay. Greetings from on top of the world. Hey, Leslie, how you doing? Mr. Marlin says 22 degrees in Monticello, Illinois.
Yeah.
And Phil Beard says skip your call, New Mexican place or Cactus Johnny's.
What New Mexican place?
Yeah, what New Mexican place, Phil? Did I miss one?
Yeah. Hey, if there's a New Mexican place, let's try that. I've never been there. Is it very far out? We don't need to drive. Catfish Johnny's, when you go with Phil, is like 36 miles away.
Kind of took the tour. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, and he said even Jerry Bell has heard good things about the Mexican place. Well, good.
What New Mexican place?
I don't know.
Oh. Is it in the villages or outside the villages? Probably outside the villages.
I would think, yeah.
I find myself going more and more to restaurants just outside the villages. That's not necessarily true because I like Olive Garden, and that's actually in the villages.
Yeah.
But like my favorite rib place, you know, that's just outside.
Yeah.
The problem is 27-441, that whole through that whole area there is such a traffic mess anymore.
It is.
The construction up there and people driving stupid. And
I don't go up there unless I have to. Unless, you know, it hasn't gotten better. Supposedly they're supposed to be done with it in another year or two. Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Kevin
Bill has the swimming pool, so the water bill.
That's why he bought that place.
Well, that's why his water bill is probably so high. The amenity fee, the water bill.
Oh, I figured that's why he bought that without, so he could take all of his clothes off and get in the pool.
Don't call me, Phil. I don't want to know.
Paint that picture in my mind.
Let's see. Yeah. William, I was waiting. He said, it's a shame nobody talks about Bigfoot's little brother, Medium Foot. Oh, my good. Overjoy says, I'm on Zillow and seeing price drops between 20 and 38,000 on quite a few homes. Yeah, they're not moving for some reason. I think people are waiting for the prices to come down. And so the ones that are selling are the new ones in the new areas that they've got the price cut on them. Those are the ones that are selling really fast. And like I said, the rest of them, like I said, are just kind of sitting. I was just so surprised that both of them here are still for sale.
Yeah, we're such a good location, too. Well, I shouldn't say that. Everybody's got different ideas. But I particularly think this is really a good location. Not just our neighborhood. There's, what's that across the street? I want to say Lake Deanham.
Lake Deaton, and then there's
another one. They get them too.
Collier, Fernandino.
Collier's good. Fernandino's good. Yeah. All this whole area here is good location.
Yeah.
Do you know how cows keep up with current events?
Yeah. You got me on this one last time. I remember. I don't remember what you said though.
They read the newspaper.
Oh, good Lord! They get worse. Oh my goodness. Patrick says it's $394 now. I said I'd take it if I was ready. Yeah, you know, it's a lovely house. The biggest problem with the both of them is neither one of them. I said one of them's vinyl, one of them's stucco, but neither one of them has a golf cart garage, and people are looking for that now.
That's going to be my problem too when I go to sell it.
But you know, there's a lot of people. You know, if you got one car and a golf cart, you just get a 2-car garage. You don't need the extra, but you use that extra golf cart garage for storage or for a workshop.
You know, I've even told people, even if you don't plan on buying it, listen, not everybody buys a golf cart here. Yeah. That's a fallacy when people think that everybody's got a golf cart. I know people that live here that's never had a golf cart. And on the other hand, I know people that came here and got rid of their car and only have a golf cart. They don't have a car anymore. Yeah. So there's all kinds of people have different ideas about what they want here. I just always said, get the house with the golf cart if you can afford it. If for no other reason, when you go to sell it, you're going to sell it a lot quicker with that golf cart. Yeah. Garage. Yeah, and then like I said, that's one of the main things people are looking at. Get the biggest lanai you can and the biggest garage you can.
If you go up to the northern end, love the homes up there, love the landscaping up there, but you don't find hardly any golf cart garages up there.
Unless they've added them on.
Yeah.
There are a few they have added them on, but
the farther south they went, you know, the more they did that. And now they've even added golf cart garages to the patio villas. I mean, you've got a regular garage and then you've got a golf cart garage.
And see, and all this, it's going to depend what you want. If you're going to be a snowbird, maybe you don't even need the golf cart garage. Yeah. But it's just, to me, it's just something that it's nice to have if you can.
Overjoy says home prices are overinflated by 30% right now. No one wants to get into a home to lose equity within 5 years. This price is correct. That's right.
What difference does it make? When you move here, you're going to be dead within 10 years anyway.
God.
Well, you got to be realistic about all this. Well, I don't want to do that. I'm waiting for I know a guy that said he was 80 years old and was waiting for the prices to come down. What the hell are you waiting for?
Yeah. Let's see. Overjoy says,
didn't you say that before the 10-year warranty runs out here, that I don't even know how this works. That somewhere in the villages we get a free roof wash.
I read that somewhere that they would do that, but you have to call them and tell them
Who do
about
you
it.
call?
I imagine you call the warranty
I'd say call them.
because it's just like with the windows.
I'd say call them.
You go ahead.
I don't know who to even call, and we don't want me to call because we'll get into an argument on the phone.
I said probably. I said the warranty department.
I can hear it now. I want to get my roof washed. Well, I don't know who to call, sir. I never heard of that. I can hear it now.
No. I said when you call the customer service line here.
I called about this window.
Yes.
I called about my garage ceiling in there cracking. They say, because you got like a 10-year structural warranty on the house. They said, well, the garage ceiling, though, doesn't come under that.
That's not included. The windows are for 10 years. So,
yeah, but it costs $500 to replace the window under warranty.
Well, that's because of the work.
That's excuses. That is not my problem. That is not my problem.
Promise you a warranty on the windows,
not
on
my
the
problem.
Not on the guy that puts them in. So, Overjoyed says, just saw a home in Miami Vice colors, turquoise carpet with pink walls and counter. Yikes. Yeah, they're trying different things. And I said, we did a video once when we went down into the southern end, and they had a house down there that was blue, but it was a garish blue. I mean, it wasn't a pretty blue. It was a very garish blue.
Didn't that front door was kind of a weird color too, like a garish blue house with a yellow door. And
blue and yellow in particular is not bad. That's kind of the French country thing. But this blue was just so out of place. And I said, and we said something about it, and people kind of jumped on us because they said everybody likes something different. And that's true.
The guy told me, says, I can't believe you drive down the road and take pictures of other people's houses. Hey, it's a public road.
And it was empty.
In case you don't know, that if I'm on a public road, I can take a picture of anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
It's called, free something. I can't remember this law. That's why when you go to Disney World, you can take a picture of anybody you want to, and you don't need their permission.
Oh, hi, Rock. Rock got in here. Let's see. Desmindy says, if you don't have your own pool, you don't have to have the extra insurance, maintenance, and utility costs.
That's true.
And we're familiar because my husband's family had a pool growing up, and he took care of it. Yeah, there's a lot of cost involved, along with a lot of work.
The average pool here on a new house is $50,000. Yeah. So if you don't need a pool, you can save $50,000.
Yeah, and I said, on top of that, you've got, if you don't want to clean it, you've got to pay somebody to clean it, keep the water at a certain.
That's always a problem with pool maintenance, the cleaning, and the chemicals in the water, and
when you can walk to the nearest neighborhood pool, it's
there is one little thing two things that I know of about pools, and I go along with it if it's what you want. If you have medical issues so you don't want to go to a public pool with these medical issues, but you'd like to sit in a pool for whatever the reasons are, having your own pool is nice. My grandfather had a missing leg, and he liked to. Did we order something?
No, that's I can think of. Or do I remember? I wonder if did they pick up? I've got one in the car, but I can't get
Did I order something?
Well, this is, I won't explain what this is. You probably know what this is.
I don't know what that is.
That's a colon where you cleanse your colon.
Oh, yes.
It's what?
You know what? It's Cologuard.
I won't tell you what I call it.
Oh, okay.
Have a good day.
See you, man.
Thank you. Hey, do you guys pick up also? No, you didn't hear me.
Yeah, he's deaf. He's as old as I am.
I've got that box that I want to send back. I don't think I can get it. You're going to have to take it to UPS. It's too heavy for me. Okay.
I don't know. I might keep it. Is that a portable cage thing? Like you go outside, you set them up.
Yeah.
And then that way Buddy can run around without having a leash on them. But then you got to take it down and put it up. My point is, where are you going to put it? When you take it down, where are you going to put it?
It's back in the box right now.
But if we keep it and you put it up, then you take it down, where are you going to put it?
I have no idea.
See, that's the problem when you buy this stuff. You don't know where you're going to put it. Yeah. It just goes in the garage, and it's just more crap stacked in the garage.
Well, like I said, it's in the car. It can go back. Just Minnie said,
has that guy from Texas been down here yet? I've seen him over there like once, like a month ago, and I haven't seen him since.
I don't know. I seen somebody go in there a while ago.
Probably just somebody that's watching the home. That's all.
That could be. And they walked, so probably one of the neighbors here that I don't know.
Huh?
I said they walked, so it's probably one of the neighbors here.
Yeah, that lady has got kind of like a hump. She's the one that keeps an eye on it. I don't know her name.
Oh, okay. No, this wasn't her. Laura says, my dog Josie would like a nice lanai and daily 80-degree temperature too. Yes, I'm sure. Josie, buddy, you know, early in the morning, it still gets pretty chilly here. Now, today wasn't bad. Today was in the 50s, but the last week it was 40s every morning when we got up. And I said, trying to train him is not real easy anyhow. And the vet told me, you know, that the smaller dogs are usually harder to train. And she said the worst she has is Yorkies. She said the Yorkies are really hard for her to train. But anyhow, I brought him out first thing in the morning, and I'm in my jammies and my slippers and what have you, and brought him out here, and he got to the end of the porch and looked at me. And it just broke my heart because he looked at me like, what am I doing out here? Oh my goodness. But anyhow, he's coming along. I said it's going to be a long process, I think, but he's getting it. So we're not too bad off. So when I took him to the vet yesterday, and he's almost up to 6 pounds now. If you remember, he was 2.5 pounds when we got him. So he's eating well. But it's a weird thing. He doesn't eat during the day. He doesn't eat until in the evening.
He kind of eats on a run.
Yeah,
Maggie done that. You know, she'd be out in the kitchen running around. Oh, food! And then she would take a bite or two and then take off again.
Yeah, that's the way he does it. So in the evening now he does eat it all. But like up until that time it's kind of hit and miss. And like I said, then Skip feeds him cookies and turkey and.
Well, last night he ate French fries.
He probably isn't hungry. Yeah, bills $160 a month for pool cleaning and maintenance. Yeah, it adds up.
Well, at least we know now. I didn't know how much it was. Yeah, it's, unless you want to do it yourself, I suppose. But I had a pool up north. Man, it's a lot of work. I mean, if you figure activities, say I'm playing golf, going to ladies' cards day, going down to the square, going out and eating, what other things you're going to do? And then somewhere in there, you got to schedule, I would say at least every week, you got to clean that pool and check the chemicals. And
that's why you hire somebody.
if you're going to be retired here, that's what I'm saying. Figure that in your budget. Hire somebody to take care of that pool for you.
Yeah. Marcia, there's a message on here from Marcia. It says, Jerry, I tried all night the other night. I looked again on Patreon and no email from Skip. I wish he would just send me the invite through my email account for Discord.
I can't. Well, I can. But whatever email you got on Patreon, that's where it goes. I mean, I go on there and I can see your email that you put in there. And so whatever email you got, every invitation that I send everybody goes to the email you put on Patreon. I didn't put that on there. You did. Okay. So I know I've sent you notices at least twice, maybe more, to get you on there. But there's some people I don't think they even want to get on there. And I know that signing up on Patreon might be a little confusing. Truthfully, I'm not sure how to do it either. I'm on there, but I'm not sure what I did. I figured it out, but I do know that from talking to 2 and 3 other people that downloading the Discord app seems to make things a lot easier and a lot better. So make sure you do that.
Yeah. Now, Mark Ryan says, yes, Laura, the home we just purchased was listed as certified. This means the seller is providing a home warranty with the purchase.
Okay.
And Phil said he did it himself in Arizona back in the 80s. I'll pay not to have to keep chemicals around. So he cleaned his own pool back in the 80s.
Well, I did too.
We did too.
It's a lot of work every weekend. I felt like that's all I did. Mow the grass and take care of the pool every weekend.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Yes, I'll take that margarita. Okay. Well, Desmindy says that she doesn't like the chemicals around either, but her husband's a biochemist, so you're in good shape. And Marcia said, no, send it through my regular email, please.
Overjoyed said, I'm seeing more home site lots than ever on the village's website, from 1,000 to 9,000. Gee, I don't know where those are at, because I know here there were some home sites over here that the backyard butts up against the golf course. Those home sites were over $50,000 even back then.
Yeah.
So 9,000.
And it's kind of one of those things where they don't always offer the lot. Now, in the newer areas, maybe they are now. But at one time, it was all stuff that was already built. You didn't have a choice. And then they turned around in the next area, you had a choice. So, you know, it's just what they're doing right now. If they're showing lots, if they're actually selling lots, they're trying to sell that out down there, because that's a big area. I said that when they get done with that Southern Oaks area down there, that's going to double the size of the villages, and they're well on their way.
Well, they already announced about 3 or 4 years ago. We talked about on WNL the village of Southern Oaks. Just that village, Southern Oaks, is larger than Lake Sumter Landing and Spanish Springs combined.
Yeah.
To give you an idea.
Okay, let's see. Kevin says, hi, Uncle Phil and Jerry.
Kevin's he's on a countdown clock.
Yeah.
I think his home's rented out till April 1st. And he's figured on being down here April 1st and kicking them out, and he's moving in.
Well, that's good.
Permanently. They're not going back.
Okay.
I told him his house up in Rhode Island sold like in record time.
32 days, he says.
Okay.
Until he gets here. So
I think he
be there March 30th.
He got rid of his car. He's ready. He's coming down.
And Laura says, yes, the one owner must be 55 is not enforced. I rented a patio villa a few years ago. Both owners were under 55 at the time. They lived just around the corner from their rental in Bonnybrook. Yeah.
Well, see, that's the secret I was trying to tell you. It says in the rules, if one person that's here full-time has to be at least 55 years old, full-time. You're talking about renting. That's not a full-time resident.
Yeah.
So if you're here for 3 months, apparently that don't come under that rule either. So this is what's goofy.
Oh, Tammy Ferguson said, we just got a weather warning for severe thunderstorms in Johnson City. Well, be safe,
Where's
hon.
Johnson City?
She's in, trying to remember all these. I believe she's out west. We're in Colorado or something. I forget where you're at, Tammy. I'm sorry. Family Man says, I like self-checkout. I'm not a people person and rather not talk to anyone. You know, a lot of people think it's quicker, and it might have been if they'd have set it up right, you know, but setting it up with one person helping out with five registers that nobody knows how to use, that's not good. And I said, I was in that position once.
We had big meetings about that. They asked all the Teamsters not to go to self-checkouts because you're putting somebody out of a job.
Yeah.
And I carry that with me to this day.
Yeah, so I don't use them unless I have to. The other day I had to.
Remember when we had gas stations full service, and then all of a sudden Swifty, which was owned by Marathon at that time, came out with this great idea. We'll give you a nickel a gallon discount to pump your own gas. Here we are 50 years later. You can't even get nobody to pump your gas anymore. And that's what's going to happen there at all these places. Next thing you know, they'll have things in the aisle saying, well, you know, we're out of it. We got a skid of something you're looking for that we're out of. I can bring that skid over here if you want to put that on the shelf for us, and then you can get. Yeah, that's what they'll do.
Yeah. WrestleMania says the show starts in 15 minutes. Those on Discord know what I am talking about. Have a great day.
What starts in 15 minutes?
Says the show starts in 15 minutes. You have to be on Discord to know what he's talking about.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not on Discord. I can get there real quick, but I'm not on Discord.
Okay.
Why do they call Why are pirates called pirates?
I don't know.
Because they are.
I bet you sat and Googled all these stupid things.
These are stupid kid jokes.
Yes.
These are the kind of jokes that Scooter used to tell me when he was 2.
Yeah. Hey, Joanne. Joanne Clagg's with us. Patricia Shaw says her countdown clock's already started. Yeah, it's
God, I remember our countdown. Well, I didn't have one. I just quit. I said, "That's it. I'm done." But
Overjoyed wanted to know if we have a large selection of cuisine in and around the villages. We
what?
do. Cuisine. Food. We have a large
You mean
selection
restaurants?
of food, yes.
Yeah.
We've got all the country clubs, which I think there's like 13. And then we've got individual restaurants in all the town centers. And I said, and the one thing they don't have very much of here that I think is ethnic food. Now they have the Chinese and they have the Italian and Mexican. But you know, I think they've got Thai Ruby is the only Thai restaurant that I know around here. That's over in Lake Sumter. And I said, so they don't have a whole lot of ethnic restaurants here. But other than that, yeah, you fall over restaurants when you come in here. But you
Which
know,
is
with the
totally different
population,
from where we come from in Indianapolis, because there was an area in Indianapolis that a friend of ours took us down to this area. He said, "Do you like ethnic food?" And I said, "I don't know. Me being a hillbilly, coming from the country, if it wasn't steak and potatoes, we just didn't eat it."
yeah.
And all of a sudden, we went down this one road. Good Lord. I don't know if all these people came to America and started these restaurants or what, but you couldn't hardly find a building that was anything. And it was Vietnamese food, Korean food. There was a place called Korean sushi. Sounds disgusting. Um, I don't even know all the ethnic food, but I tell you what, Indianapolis has got a ton of it.
Yeah, and I said it's like most large cities, honey. You find, you know, you get your what is the steak places? That's the steak places. On that, there's a Longhorn. There's
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse. All
We
that.
have the main ones that you see
Yeah.
nationwide.
And then you want to go to the ones. Do you want the ones that are golf cart accessible,
Yeah,
or just in the area?
yeah.
So there's plenty of food here of every different kind.
And that's
If you
why
go
I
watch our old videos, Deb and I hit most of them.
yeah, you got all these around in a village that's golf cart accessible, and I think that's what most people look at. So you got the Wolfgang Pucks down here, which I got to tell you, I've been there twice. Everything that I've gotten so far, I don't care for at all. I don't know if I ever go back there again. You've got Olive Garden, which is in a big shopping center that most people probably wouldn't think about it being golf cart accessible, but it is.
Red Lobster,
Red Lobster, all that kind of stuff.
Cody's Steakhouses, and
Yeah, I got Cody's Steakhouses, which is a nice place to go. I got nothing against Cody's, but if you want to go there and have a conversation with somebody, I just say good luck because it's a very noisy place.
William says, here's some trivia. The Walmart in Leesburg used to be a drive-in. Huh.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where Walmart in Leesburg is.
Yeah.
One of my restaurants I like to go to whenever we do go to Leesburg, if I can get there, is Ramshackles. And Ramshackles has its problems. But if you get inside the place, I like the food. I like the atmosphere. I always have.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with Ramshackles is where it's located. Once you get in the place, I know this is going to sound terrible, but you can't get out.
Yeah, it's right at a stoplight.
Especially if you live in the villages, because you want to turn left, you can't turn left. So you got to go around the block, which you really can't go around the block.
Yeah.
We tried all this. Of course, I don't know where I'm going either. But I like Ramshackles a lot.
Oh, hey, Ford guy.
Ford guy.
Let's see. Barbara Ebner's here.
Ain't she always here? I don't know. I can't keep up with all the names.
And Key's Time in the Village is here.
Barbara Ebner's been following our channel for like forever.
Oh, yeah. She says afternoon off. Sam Z, I think the worm is going to turn. Let's talk about grocery prices.
Talk about what?
Grocery prices.
Oh, grocery prices.
My son sent me a thing on Facebook that was very, very interesting. You know, he's a cook, and he sent me this thing. They were talking about restaurants, the prices of restaurant food going up and everything. And he was talking about the prices last year of your takeout plates. And I said, one was like $75 for a case. This year it's like $175 for a case. The napkins and your paper cups and all. I mean, it give a whole list of what the price of those things were and what they are now. And like I said, a lot of it was just greed. They could do it. That's what it amounted to, because some things are coming down, but just like Wendy's with their surge pricing. If they get away with it, they'll continue to do it.
And don't think McDonald's and the rest of them companies ain't watching that too.
That's I seen an advertisement on TV this morning, and I said it hadn't been too long ago that they come up with this deodorant called Lumi. It was for the whole body, and instead of just saying it was a deodorant, they said it was a whole body deodorant. And now I think it's Dove has come out with a whole body deodorant. You know, who would have thought? I mean, everybody.
That's my favorite soap, hand soap, Dove.
Yeah,
I like Dove. Why?
but like I said,
It suds up really nice.
Jumping on the bandwagon because somebody else did it. So,
my favorite other hair soap, but I use it everywhere, is Axis.
Yeah.
Axis. I like Axis. It smells good.
Yeah, it does. That Axis has the best smell. Rizzo says, "How do you get a blonde to marry you?"
I don't know. I don't.
Tell her she's pregnant. That's good, William.
That would go back to the old joke in school when it said, "Why do blondes have shoulder pads?" I guess I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. All the blondes on the channel. Yeah, I'll slap him for you.
Yeah, Laura, Buddy's here. He's in the house.
Yeah, this is his nap time. I said he is just.
He was in the cage sleeping when I came out here, so I just left him in there.
Yeah.
I don't want to bother him when he's in that cage. I want him to think that that's his safe place, and so I don't reach in to pet him very much. I just leave him in there.
Yeah, and we do want to get him up and let him run around a little bit too before Phil comes and gets us because I don't want him being there all day. Oh, Kevin's cooking meatballs. Hey, that sounds good. and Marcia says that she just went through her Patreon and nothing from Skip, so she doesn't know.
I can go in there and check, but I know when I sent it out to everybody, if she was on Patreon, just come think about it. You was off Patreon for a while, and you went to YouTube memberships or something because your name wasn't even on there. So that might have been when I sent them out when she wasn't on there. And then I think you came back. So I don't know what was going on there. I mean, I don't care. I'm just saying, I don't know. So that might have been what happened. But when I get it, I can't say I'll get it when this is over because we're going to go out to lunch. But sometime today, I will send you another link to your Patreon account, which has got that email on it that you put on that account, whatever that is.
Sam Z says, "What will happen when the baby boomers are gone?"
I've actually thought about that. Right now, the baby boomers are still retiring. They haven't peaked out yet, and they can sell these houses faster than they can build them just about.
Yeah.
But because of interest rates and house prices, I think the selling has slowed down a little bit. They're going to the newer houses because basically they're cheaper. And being a brand new house, I'm thinking the bank may, if you finance it, the bank may even give you a better interest rate because it's a brand new house. Plus you get the warranty, which is really no good. I believe that the prices of these things, unless something happens, are probably going to take a dip.
Yeah, well,
major dip. I don't know. I think because if the activity stays the same, golfing stays the same, and all that kind of stuff, I think there's always going to be a demand for here. But I'm seeing things that I just don't like it. Like right now, there's a big, huge complaint about the conditions of the executive golf courses, which means that there's a lack of maintenance going on there, and they're overplayed. I got my theory about it. I'm not going to get onto it here, but so is maintenance. I mean, when you start going around and you start seeing trash laying on the streets, trees that need trimmed, but they're not being trimmed, and they always were trimmed. That's what'll stand out to me because this place has always been known for the cleanliness and how everything was. So we'll see, because a lot of people move here from different states, have a whole different attitude about things.
And if you look at the history of Florida, it kind of comes in spurts. I mean, you remember, what was it, in the 60s when Boca was the place to be. You know, all the retirees, that's where they
where
went.
the Jewish people went.
Doesn't matter. Like I said, that's where they went. It was the thing at the time.
That's where the
Right
Jewish
now,
people went.
Right now, everybody's coming here. So, you know, when the shine is kind of off of it, why, you never know. The younger people might say, well, I don't want to go to an old folks place, that kind of thing, and they may change their mind altogether. I think with them keeping adding amenities, that won't happen. But you just never know.
No, you don't know. I mean, if we had a crystal ball and I knew everything that was going to happen, I'd be a multi-billionaire by now, and I'm not.
Well, I didn't worry about it because I'm going to be dead before the baby boomers are done anyhow. So.
One or two things are going to happen to us. One of us is going to die. That's a fact. I'm going to continue living on, and when that happens, I'm dumping this house. I'm out of here because I'm bored with the place. You want to know the truth? I'm just bored with it. There's nothing here that I do anymore. I'm paying these amenity fees, and I don't do any of this stuff anymore because either I can't or I just simply don't want to. So I'm out of here.
Yeah. So Sam Z says he doesn't even buy green bananas.
Who would want to buy a green banana anyway?
Green bananas. Well, if you're not going to be around to eat them.
Oh, you mean he figures he'll be dead before they turn right?
Before the baby boom is over. So.
Oh.
Okay.
I've started a new little hobby. I'm testing a plant out now to see if I know what I'm doing. I've always been able to grow stuff when we had a garden up north in that dirt. I don't know this stuff down here at all. So I'm going to play around with orchids. And I've got an orchid in there that was almost dead. And I've been trying different things with it. And now we've got 3 leaves. 2 leaves are big. 1 leaf is about, it's coming out. And I'm gonna test it. And if it works out okay, then I might play around with orchids. Is that Bill B? I think it is. It is. I see. Am I safe?
I didn't know if that was him or not. One of the other guys stopped the other day when I was walking Betty and said, "That's just the cutest puppy." Okay.
Vicky Carney says knob. I don't know what that means. It's just a one-word comment.
Oh, well, we bell trained our Boston Terriers. Bells on rope around the doorknob.
Oh,
they
I got it.
Yeah, and our Boston did too. And one day,
yeah, we didn't train her. She just hung the bell up there, and it just automatically started ringing it.
Yeah. A very, very smart dog. Buddy kind of looks at it.
I think Buddy's, as you might say, if he was a human being, Buddy's a little bit of a slow learner.
Yeah,
you can see it.
He's adorable.
You can see it in him when he looks at you. It's like you don't get it, do you, that Buddy? You just don't get it.
Yes. Let's see. Richard Wiesner says hi, Skip and Sue, and everyone. Patty Bravado, hello. Hey, Patty. Let's see. Welcome,
For all
everyone.
you people that's new here, and I think we got a few new ones today. Mm-hmm. We do this every Wednesday at noon-ish. It roughly is 2 hours, roughly, and then there'll be a replay. And as my gift to all you guys, if you come to the live show, there's no commercials on here at all. But as soon as we get done, I'm going to turn the commercials on for those that want to watch the replay. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Robin, because she already told me today her lunch hour is only going to be a half an hour. So she said, I'll have to watch the replay. So she's going to have to watch the commercials.
Oh, my goodness. Patty Bravado wants to know any idea what the bond is for Moultrie Creek. It depends on your house, actually.
Yeah,
lot 1767, Ben Bartlett Place, said 0.
The bigger houses have a bigger bond because they take more property. It's all divided up as how many houses can they set in 1 acre of land. If they can only put 2 houses in an acre, your bond's going to be much higher than, say, Patio Villas, where they can put 25 of them in on an acre of land. And they divide that up. So, yeah, it depends on the house.
But they are getting ready to spring with the new, and I said they're working on Dabney right now. Dabney and Lake Denham, selling those out. But they are starting with the new ones. And somebody asked me last week about Eden Field. I'd not heard that name. But then I did my homework, and there's several of them. but now they're advertising them as Eastport area. They're not actually giving the village, and so I haven't really found out when that particular one is going on sale. But I don't spend a lot of time in the sales office. What do you think about adding a surge mitigation device to the home electric meter?
What?
What do you think about adding a surge mitigation device?
It's a good idea. It's always a good idea because you never know around here. There's more lightning strikes in the state of Florida than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
So, yeah, surge. Yeah, my idea of lightning rods goes way back in the farm days. I don't like them. I have my opinion about them. I know the farmers back in the day, they wouldn't put them on. And the one guy that did put them on his hay barn, that was the only guy whose hay barn got struck by lightning and burnt down. And it goes back to the thing, all them lightning rods are doing is attracting lightning because they're sticking up there. They're attracting the lightning. And so I don't know, maybe it's true, not true, I don't know, but I just don't like it. But the surge protector thing, sure. I got it on my motorhome, surge protectors. Yeah. I got them in my studio. I got surge protectors all over in there.
Oh, yeah. And I do think here that the electric company offers some kind of surge protection that you can pay along with your electric bill. I know the neighbors next door here, the old neighbors, had got that on that house.
Why can't you just buy it?
I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know if it's something that's in the system or what, but I remember way back when they advertised it, and I said it was supposed to be one of those things, but
there's all kinds of things you can do here in case there's a serious problem, like hurricane took something out. You can get whole house generators installed here now. At one time you couldn't, but now you can. And that way, if the electric goes out, your generator has a computer on it somehow, some way, and it'll automatically start up. I think most of the generators, they said, well, where do you put the fuel? I think most of the generators, most of them, are in the area where there's natural gas, and they run on natural gas. I don't know if it's done that way everywhere.
Yeah.
Here.
How is yours, Phil?
Yeah, Phil's got one. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's got natural gas or not. I think he does. So his might run on gas. They're rather expensive to get them installed, but you know, when emergencies happen, it's like having fire insurance. If your house never burns down, did you waste your money on fire insurance?
Yeah. Ron Ross says, "Hey, Skip and Sue, we had a big group from Knightstown last week."
Knightstown?
Yeah, that's your old stomping ground.
Your old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
Best hamburgers in town's down there at the sale barn. I swear it is.
Ron, where are you down here? And they all come down here? I bet they were impressed. William says, "Did you know that round bales of hay have been outlawed? The cows are not getting a square meal." You're knocking them out of the park, William. Ron Ross said, "You should join us next time." Well, we may do that. Let us know.
What's that?
He said, "You should join us next time."
Who?
Ron Ross.
That Knightstown guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to, well, we farmed at Knightstown, but our nearest neighbor, if you've been there a long time, you probably recognize the name, was Simmons, Howard Simmons. And his dad had a farm there too. Howard bought it. We called him Grandpa Simmons. And then I went to school with a guy who, I can't remember his first name, his last name was Fawcett. His dad had Fawcett Funeral Home down there, which I'm sure is not there now. Maybe it is, I don't know. And then, of course, they had that grocery store on the corner downtown. I can't remember the name of it. I think it was locally owned. And it was an old-time grocery store with the wooden floor. Mom used to go in there all the time. Yeah. And then, of course, you had a sale barn just outside of town down there. And my dad went down there like every Saturday. And so when I went down there, that's the first place I hit, man. I went in there and got me a hamburger. Best hamburgers in town.
Yeah. He says, "I don't think there's a Southern Oaks village. There's a Southern Oaks area and golf course that has many different villages, all south of 44. Yes.
That could be it. Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Southern Oaks area. Yeah, but it's a big area.
Big area. Yeah. It's going to double the size of, well, you already heard what I said.
Yeah. Denise Lavity, some grocery stores are going back to cashiers because of the stealing. Yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen something about some lady getting stopped on the way out and was...
Happens to Walmart every day.
Yeah. accused of stealing, and it was just because she missed something in her cart or what have you. But
Now, some of these people are stealing. They know what they're doing.
yeah,
But what if it's an old lady, my mom?
me.
Well, this happened to my mom at Kmart. You guys remember Kmart? Mom went in, laid her purse down, and this is back when my dad, he used to go to Wisconsin fishing all the time. And he'd go back there in the back while Mom was shopping. He'd go back to the fishing department and look at the different lures, the different things you can buy. Mom went back there to get him to let him know she's ready to go. She laid her purse down, and when she picked it up, one of the lures hooked on the back of Mom's purse. And of course, Mom just threw the purse over her shoulder. She's walking out the store. Guy chased her down the sidewalk and stopped her, brought her back in the store, and said she was shoplifting. Mom was so embarrassed, and she couldn't believe it. And it was that hook that accidentally hooked on her purse. Now, if Mom had to do self-checkout at 80-some years old, she couldn't even do a cell phone.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the problems. I mean, if you make a mistake, guess what? The liability is not on the store anymore for the cash register making a mistake. The liability is on you because you just made that mistake. And you walk out the store, you can be arrested.
And it didn't hurry anything up because the lines at the self checkout was longer than the regular lines. And I just didn't all the way around. I never used them, but all the way around, I just didn't like them. Oh, William says Ramshackles used to be Howard Johnson's years ago.
What was?
Howard Johnson's Ramshackles used to be Howard Johnson.
Really? There's a hotel right behind.
Yeah, but that's a newer hotel though. It used to be that Howard Johnson.
So they're saying that whole area right there was
probably
Howard Johnson's.
Yeah.
Huh, cool. I've actually stayed at a Howard Johnson a time or two back in the day, off of the toll road around Chicago. There was Howard Johnson's.
Yeah. Hey, John. He says, "Hey, y'all." Okay.
Or George said, "I've seen 2 lots for $0 and $1. All the lots are in the village of Moultrie Creek." I don't even know what Moultrie Creek is.
That's a village.
Is it a family village?
No, it's regular. I said there because there's
no such thing as a $0 lot.
Like I said, they're probably selling it as a house.
$0 if you buy.
It's like we didn't buy a lot here.
No, we bought the house. The lot came with it.
Right.
But I paid for the lot in the price of the
But
house.
that's what I mean. That's why it's probably 0.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Okay. Nope. I said my phone jumped.
Gene says, Skip says he would leave the village of Sioux. Would you stay there alone? Yeah, if I died, would you stay here alone or would you look for another jiggy boo? Ain't that the code word for rich guy? I don't know. I say words and I don't even know what they mean.
Yeah. I used to think I wouldn't, but I'm not sure I could take the cold anymore. So I said the only way I would go back is
she'll go back.
If I had to be in the old folks' home.
She'll go back and stay real close to Skippy. That's where she'll go. And that way, Scooter, about that time, will probably be 25 years old and have kids of his own.
Yeah, I think I'll be dead and gone before that. But I said, I think I would stay. And I said, until it was time
she'll move back to Anderson and live with her sister.
Time to go to a nursing home, then it won't matter because I won't be going out. But other than that, I don't think so anymore.
Well, I already know what I'm.
That wind.
That wind better not get any stronger. I already know what I'm doing. Like I said, if she passes away first, I'll be here for a while. There's certain things I want to put in storage or give away to my granddaughter or something. But other than that, yeah, I'm done. I'm out of here. Now, will I move back to Indiana? That's the question. Probably not. I've gotten used to being here and no snow and stuff. But I do like the idea of having the freedom to travel when I want. And, of course, when you're 85 years old, you don't know what you're going to do. My dad always wanted to travel, but he got to a certain age, his traveling was going to the grocery store.
Yeah, well, William says there are no blonde jokes. They are all true stories.
Yeah.
Baby boomers end with people born in 1964, so they turn 60 this year. I am a later baby boomer. It will be interesting to see what happens 10 years from now when most boomers are retired or gone. Yeah, it's always here. They've always kept their value anyhow.
because of the demand.
Yeah, and
So
they've
when that
always kept
demand goes,
building.
what you're talking about, when that demand goes away, or a lot of it goes away, not all of it, when some of it goes away, what will happen? I'm saying there'll be more houses for sale than there are buyers, which means the
Yeah,
prices are going to come down.
yeah, I think you're right.
That's just my guess,
Yeah.
man. If I was investing money, I would have invested money in here 5 years ago, 7 years ago. I'd have hung on to it, uh, and by now I start cashing out. And I know people's done that. They bought 3 houses here. They live in one, rent out the other two, and now they're starting to cash out because they're 80 years old and they don't see no reason to keep these homes, so they're
Mhm.
cashing out. That's a smart idea if you can afford it.
Patricia Shaw says orchids sell for a lot of money. They do, Patricia, and what he's not grasping is, like I said, I've had this orchid for a long time. After the first 2 years, it quit flowering, and I did a lot of things to it, and it stayed the same. It didn't flower anymore, but it stayed the same. And it's an icicle orchid. If y'all know what that is, an ice cube orchid. You're supposed to give it 3 ice cubes a week is what you're supposed to put it. No, you don't dump water in it like you do other plants. Just 3 a week, and it's not supposed to be planted in dirt.
It's
Um,
not in dirt.
well, I know I had it in mulch or whatever, but I don't. It doesn't seem like it's doing much different.
It's growing slowly
Well,
but surely.
like I said,
The
most of them I've
secret to
seen.
orchids, from what I've gathered, is the roots. You have two kinds of roots: aerial roots and the roots go in the ground. And the secret is to get them to grow. Don't pay no attention to the leaves all that much. You take care of the roots, everything else takes care of itself. That's really pretty much true of any plant anyway. So, and then also you got to make up. I've been watching this China channel, and they're talking about all these different things you do to orchids. You don't buy fertilizer. You don't put dog poop on it or any of that kind of stuff like you would do up north. And there's certain things you do to give nutrients to the plant that it would get like in the wild. And I've been watching that quite a bit. I had a bottle of this stuff made, and then one day I went to the bathroom and the bottle was gone. So I don't know what happened to that bottle.
I can't have stuff just laying everywhere.
It's in the bathroom, my bathroom.
It doesn't matter.
It
That's
doesn't.
also the guest
No, it's
bathroom,
my bathroom.
and I can't have
We have
stuff
no
laying
guest.
everywhere.
I'm the guest.
Okay. uh, J.C. Comer says, Skip, you could move in one of those apartments just outside the villages.
Nah, I don't
Nah,
think
you
so. I'm
probably
not
take the motorhome and wander for a little
Yeah,
while.
probably. I'm not an apartment kind of guy. We had apartments when we were younger, and even then we got apartments that were by themselves. And people next door make noise, get into arguments. You got to listen to it.
Yeah.
You come back to your house, somebody's parked their car in your parking spot. That ain't me. Nah, I don't want to do that.
Well, it was a Howard Johnson's a Holiday Inn back in the day. Wow. Well, I know Ramshackle's got new owners, so I'm hoping they kept it the same way it was because it was kind of perfect the way it was. And like I said, we really liked it. They had the best breaded tenderloins, and now I haven't had one in forever. but like I said, I used to get them there, and they were perfect. They were like what we get in Indiana. And
Well, at the
you know,
time that we went there, the last time I went there for that was because it was the only place we found that even had breaded tenderloins.
yeah, there are more and more of them now because the Midwestern people's coming down here, so there's more places that have them now. Even the Belglade started having them, but like I said, you could tell it wasn't somebody that was used to them because they doctored them up with cheese and tomato and bacon, and I mean that's not a breaded tenderloin to us. So, but yeah, they had really good. And then last time when Deb and I did a video in there, and I think she got chicken wings of some kind, and I didn't eat them, but
Were they good?
and like I said, I didn't eat them, but she finished them off, so
Yeah, but
it
I
was
like
pretty
my
good.
my chicken wing be crisp on the outside.
Yeah,
A lot
like
of
I
them
don't know
around here,
about
they're
that,
not crisp on the outside.
but it's a cute little place. It's bigger than when you look at it from the outside, it looks like it's very very small.
It is small.
But on the inside, they can seat quite a few people.
It does look.
But it's just the parking that's
Yeah,
the
there's a
problem.
big patio that goes around the front of it that's enclosed, and you really can't see that. I don't think from the outside. That's where a lot of the contractors on lunch work. They sit out there because they're dirty, and so they sit out there.
But it's right on the highway. It's right on
Yeah,
27 441.
right by the stoplight.
Yeah, so you got all that traffic noise and everything. And like I said, once you get in there, if there is a parking spot, which, like I said, with the hotel behind it, it's hard to find a parking spot. But once you get in there, then getting out, because like I said, to get out, you're right at the light. And so unless somebody's nice enough to let you out, which that doesn't happen all the time, then it's hard getting out of there.
Parking's there is an issue,
Yeah,
and getting out is an issue.
yeah. But the food was great. It was regular bar food, but it was very, very good.
Yeah, I like the place. I like the atmosphere. Just inside, the waitresses are all nonchalant about stuff. Kind of remind me of truck stop waitresses. There's a commercial on TikTok of a movie that's out, I guess. Two old guys, I can't tell you their name, but they're actors. I recognize them. And they're cops of some kind. I think Texas Rangers. And they're sitting at a table. And this old lady comes up to their table. Oh, just imagine this old, crispy lady that's dealt with people her whole life. She comes up to the table and she said, "So, what is it you don't want?" And she holds up the book. And the guy's looking at her and goes, "Pardon me?" So what is it you don't want? They're looking at each other and she says, "Look, boys, I've worked in this place for 40 years. And I've ordered nothing but steak and potato for everybody that comes in here. So what the choices is corn on the cob or green beans. So what is it you don't want?" And they look at you, "Well, I don't want the green beans." The other guy says, "Me too, I don't want green beans. I'll have my steak medium well." "Yeah, medium well." "So that's two steaks, medium rare." "No, no, that's the way we cook it, medium rare." And he goes, "Yes, ma'am." So as she walks away, two cops look at each other and he goes, "Ain't nobody going to rob this goddamn place." It's hilarious.
Oh, Loris is waiting until Portillo's opens up in Lady Lake later this year. Get their Italian beef, Chicago hot dogs, and chopped salad. Yeah, Portillo's, it's a big deal. Rizzo's went to the one down, I believe they were maybe in Claremont or Orlando, one or the other. But like we had one up home, and it was great. But you got to remember,
Portillo's?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, it was in just outside of Castleton. I mean, it wasn't
I never
close
done
to
it
us,
that much.
but where the shopping center was there in Noblesville,
Yeah.
that's where it was. It has since closed, but yeah, my son just raved about it. He just really, really thought it was great. But they are limited on their menu as hamburgers and hot dogs, that kind of thing. But it's kind of an upscale, you know. But they did have really, really good hot dogs, and I'm a hot dog fan.
Last hot dog place I went to that was not swanky, but I mean had a lot of stuff was Bozo's in Chicago, which I don't think they're there anymore. But
Yeah.
yeah, they were just like a small little hot dog stand, a lot of outside picnic tables kind of thing. But you went over here, you ordered your hot dog. There's different hot dogs they had. They had Nathan's, they had the super dogs, they had all these different hot dogs, and they would have it on their homemade buns, if I remember right. And then they had a room off to the side. That room was the fix-it room. And there was things that everything you'd want on a hot dog. Half the stuff they had in there, I never heard of it putting on a hot dog. But they had homemade sauerkraut. I know about that, and the normal stuff. But the one was like a cucumber puree. Am I saying it right? Ground it up,
Yeah.
where you like put it up. I'm looking at that thing. Well, that's disgusting. But they had all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah. And it's one of those things. Jessica Moore says tenderloin should only have mayo, mustard, and pickle. Period. Well, I don't do the mayo. Yeah, I always did mustard and pickle.
Pickle's okay, but my preferred way, if I can get the right stuff here, and you can't, is mayo, mustard, slice of onion, and a nice thick tomato. But the tomatoes here suck. So I've got to the point now I don't get tomatoes on anything anymore.
I just did mustard and pickle. I was good with that.
But give me a good tomato like we used to get in our garden up there. What did they call them big ones?
Beefsteak.
Beefsteak. Give me a good slice of beefsteak tomato on there.
I got one back there in the pot.
Where'd you get it at?
Well, like I got it at the...
It sucks. If it's bought down here, they're no good.
No, I got the plant in... Like
it ain't going to be any good.
Well, we'll see. That other one, it went through 2 winters. It had those little bitty tomatoes on them, and I didn't plant it. It was voluntary, but it kept going. I just kept watering it. It just kept going. So I thought, well, I'll just find a good tomato. Okay. Let's see.
Phil says, my wife is considering moving to Marco Island. The dogs and I will miss her.
You'd be surprised that happens here.
I've been to Marco Island. We went down there, didn't we?
Yeah.
A long time ago, there was a road that went right out there on the bay and came around, and we were looking at places to buy for retirement, even back then. That's wasn't a retirement community, but it's basically elderly people that did buy in that area. As a matter of fact, that Christmas tree farm we were looking at buying, I think, was it Marco Island? He said he went to in the wintertime. He knew somebody down there, and he stayed at their place. Anyway, it's a nice area. I don't want to live there because of hurricanes.
Sample MM says Smith hot dogs from Erie, Pennsylvania are the world's best. Wow. Well, never heard of them, but I'll take your word for it. Some of these days, maybe I'll get to try one. Missy Mo says hello from Michigan. Well, hello, Michigan. Are you getting that snow yet? I know you had some good weather for a little bit.
He says they all went to, the guy from Nice Sound, so they all went to Evans Prairie. Good God, man, that's in my backyard.
Yeah. Next time, call us. Big crowd on porch sitting today. Need a bigger porch. Well, some of these days, there's a few things that that's going on this weekend that you guys might want to know about. And I just happen to have the paper here. And I said, if you're needing something to do for the weekend, of course, the polo season's starting again. March 1st, the polo season starts. It's Fridays and Sundays. Fridays at 3 and Sundays at 1. Gates open 90 minutes before the match. Admission is $20 cash per person at gate. Age 12 and under are free. If you've never seen a polo event, I said it's worth going to take a look at. Wouldn't be my favorite, but I said a lot of people really, really love it. So go take a look. So their spring season's getting ready to start.
William says, imagine the money the villages would make if they had a graveyard. Actually, William, there is a graveyard smack dab in the middle of the villages. I did a video on it. It's well hidden. It's not owned by the villages. Actually, they put their wooden fence around it. The access comes off a back road back there. But I did a video of that graveyard. I just thought it was something different that maybe other people didn't know about. I think the graveyard's still active to this day.
Yeah.
Wasn't there new graves in there when we went in there? Or did you go with me? Yeah, you went with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still active to this day.
Let's see.
Barbara Edmer gave us a $9.90 or a $10 super chat.
Oh, good.
Thanks, Barbara.
Missy Mo says no snow here, but a few tornadoes last night. Yesterday was 73, and today, brr. Yeah, that's what I've heard from everybody. Right. It really turned cold overnight. In Michigan.
Oh, tornadoes.
Yeah.
Who would have thought tornadoes in February? I mean, that's just not even tornado season yet.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, this is the end of February, so,
Doesn't
tomorrow.
make any difference,
Okay. Also, if you're out and about this weekend, Spruce Creek South is having a craft sale, March 2nd from 9 to 1. And J.C. Comer sent that to me. I'm glad you did, because I've never actually went there. I went to their restaurant, but I never actually went for any of the craft sales. They probably have the same stuff that we got here, but you never know. I might just go take a peek. Okay. And let's see. Monday, the Peking Acrobats are at the Sharon L. Morse Center at $35 and up. That might be something really interesting. Thursday, the 29th, is Leap Day Bash at Sawgrass Grove. And it's free. It says make the most of the extra day of the year by putting it to good use, celebrating where the jigs are always lively and the pints are always full. McGrady's Pub in Sawgrass Grove is hosting a Leap Day celebration featuring Alan Darcy Band on the boxcart stage, a prime rib dinner special, 5 p.m. happy hour, and a limited edition Leap to It cocktail. Go to thevillagesentertainment.com to find out more.
Sugar Daddy. That's what you're looking for.
Sugar Daddy?
After I'm dead.
Oh. Truthfully, I don't want to.
No, that's not right.
I don't want to put up with
Laura says Sugar Daddy is a wealthier, older man looking for a younger woman. You're out.
I don't want to put up with any man. Sunday, on the 3rd, Brown Bag Brass Band, 5 to 9, Spanish Springs Town Square. One of Central Florida's hottest live acts, the Brown Bag Brass Band, is playing in Spanish Springs this week. Rooted in the music tradition of the New Orleans Brass Band, the Orlando-based band also includes jazz and other swing. I really like them. I went and heard them once, and I really, really like them. So that might be a little bit different. But that's something, to do over the weekend. Also, tomorrow is the start of the Florida Strawberry Festival. Now, our Strawberry Festival was last week in Brownwood, but the Florida Strawberry Festival is in Plant City.
Maybe we should go.
My
granddaughter lives there. Oh, I won't be able to get a hotel room at all.
Well, your granddaughter's on here, I believe.
I'm not sure I can get my motorhome back there. They say I can, but
yeah. But they've got they're getting more. They used to have really big acts, and then COVID came, and so they got all your B acts. But they're getting back to it. They got the Oak Ridge Boys, Jimmy Sturr, the Beach Boys, Black Eyed Peas.
The Beach Boys.
The Bellamy Brothers.
Did you say the Beach Boys?
Yes.
How old are they now?
Well, the ones that are left, they're older than we are.
They got to
They're
be
still going.
Well, yeah, but when they have to lower themselves to go from a #1 hit on the Johnny Carson show down to doing the Strawberry Festival in Florida.
I'm telling you, the Strawberry Festival gets some big names. ZZ Top is going to be there.
How old is he? Because the other ZZ Top guy died.
Oh, well. Anyhow.
Right? There was 2 of them, wasn't there? Yeah.
But,
didn't one of them die?
Well, I don't know. The Commodores, Foreigner.
I thought I remember reading something about him dying.
Foreigner. We went to a Foreigner concert, didn't we?
Huh?
I said we went to a Foreigner concert at
Foreigner concert at Deer Creek.
Deer Creek. It's not Deer Creek anymore, but yeah.
We sat on the grass.
Yeah.
And the lady next to us, I think, was high on drugs.
Oh well. Flo Rida. Yeah, they got some big names. ZZ Top. I'd love to see that. That's Monday. So, but yeah, they've got some big names. And I said it's not only just concerts; they also have rides, just like a regular fair, and the best strawberry shortcake. There's a couple places that has the strawberry shortcake. One of them is Parksdale, and another is, I think the name of it's a kind of a farmer's market. I think it's Rivers or something like that. Just the best. I was kind of disappointed in our festival because I got some strawberries there, and half of them were bad by the time I got them home. So I was going to make a nice strawberry pie. I made strawberry shortcake last week. I was going to make strawberry pie.
Retirement. Laura Lamp said retirement is divided into the go-go years, the slow-go years, and the no-go years.
Yes, that's true.
I think I'm in the no-go years, or maybe the slow-go.
And John says Thursday night Lake Sumter is Scooter the DJ. Oh, yeah.
Phil Beard says heading your way.
And that was a while ago. So.
Oh, well, he should be here
then. William says they're known as the beach geriatrics.
Well, some of these guys, I don't know. I mean, if you're making millions of dollars per show, I guess if you look at it economical-wise, I can understand it. I mean, I've never had any kind of a job where somebody said, hey, I'll give you $10 million to do me a show. I mean, how can you turn that down, I suppose? But these guys have been doing it for so long, it can't be about money. It's got to be that they just really like doing it.
And Patricia Shaw says there were 3 ZZ Top and one of them died.
That's what I thought.
But the other 2 has been going on for forever. So.
Well, it's got Kiss. They finally said that's it. Finally gave it up. I don't know. It's just like this. We do this here, and the day's going to come where I'll just have to realize it. I'm done. I mean, I'm getting old. I look old. People don't want to hear an old man ramble, and I'm just going to hang it up. I mean, I'm not there yet, but I'm not getting paid $1 million. Somebody said, give me $1 million. I'll sit out here for 24 hours for $1 million.
Joseph Smith says, we arrived in Kissimmee Saturday evening, and the weather looks beautiful for our 2 weeks vacation. Winter has been mild in Ohio, but nothing this nice. Enjoy your chat on Wednesdays. Well, yeah, like I said, we're loving it too because we were doing the show from the lanai because it was just too chilly, and we had some really big wind. And I watched.
Keep in mind, we're acclimated.
Yeah.
So if it gets below 70, it's chilly.
Yeah. And I said, so it's beautiful today, and we're loving it. But we were worried about the wind because the wind gusts. I said it got up there. But after it gets so much, then we have to move it somewhere else because its awning automatically goes in when the wind gets to 25. Is it 25 or over?
What's that?
The awning goes in.
Just whenever that level, see that thing stuck there, it's level.
Yeah.
If that goes up or down with the level, it's like a furnace. If it comes over and touches like a mercury thing there, it just automatically.
Oh, so it's not
I
a
got it
certain,
unplugged.
certain wind velocity. It's
No, just whenever.
Okay.
I've done out there sometimes where it went in, and then I didn't think it was that windy.
But I do love that idea because, in case we forget to put it in, it does put itself in. Yeah. Okay. Darlene Cook says hello from Kansas City, Missouri. It was 73 here yesterday and went down to 14 overnight with snow.
14?
Yeah, 32 right now. It's a lovely
Damn.
channel. Well, thank you, Darlene. We love doing this. We love meeting all the people. We've met such great people. And that's the fun of doing this is we just meet so many nice people.
Yeah, we met some people last week. We had lunch with them. They were from North Dakota. North Dakota.
Where our kids are, yeah.
And we were talking to them. And we both walked away saying the same thing. You can just tell Midwest people. Their attitude, the way they talk, the things that they talk about and stuff like that. We just talked to them like we've known them for the rest of our lives, I suppose, or all of our lives. They were super nice people. He bought a place, and I think they're here full time now, right? No, he's a farmer.
Yeah.
He's got to go back because they grow, I want to say rutabagas, but that wasn't it.
No, you said rutabagas, and he said no. I think they were doing corn or wheat or something.
Whatever it is, he has a combine.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were going back up there to plant.
Yeah, Laura says, look how old the Rolling Stones are, and one died, but they're still going. Yeah. And I love ZZ Top.
No, wait a minute. I thought they had announced last year, that's it, they're done. And so their main guitar guy, the one that looks like an old druggie, what's his name? He does. He looks like an old druggie.
Yes.
He's been going around by himself doing shows.
Oh, okay.
Because I think Mick, he's done.
Yeah, well, I never say never. That's all I can say.
Well, until they get bored. They're like anything else. They say, well, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
2 years of sitting on their ass doing nothing. They go,
And I love ZZ Top. I really do.
You won't be
Barbara Edmonds has just bought strawberries from Costco that came from Plant City, Florida. Yeah, that's where a lot of them around here comes from. I would say 80% of the strawberries come from Plant City, but they have a you-pick strawberry field here because Linda and I went and we did a video there where you pick. I think they have strawberries, and then like a couple weeks later they have blueberries, and then a little bit after that then they have blackberries. But that's what it's called, you pick.
So the person that sent that message about the tenderloin was Jessica Moore.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part. That's my favorite granddaughter, in case you guys don't know. I'm here.
Okay.
Because I know that if Sue's dead and I have a stroke and I can't get up to do anything, my boys will answer the phone if I try to call them. Oh, it's just Dad. Send him to voicemail. Jessica would take care of me.
Yes. Ron Key says Brian Wilson is 80, Mike Love is 81, and Al Jardine from the Beach Boys is 80. Yeah, they're all in their 80s.
I'm going to say that.
But they're still making the rounds, you know?
I suppose maybe we'll have much of Sharon someday.
Yeah. Well, they've been here. They've been here several times.
Every time they bring one of these old bands or old places that are Sharon, we read about them 6 months later where they died. Jerry Lewis was here, died.
Well, and Rich Little was supposed to be here last night or the night before.
He died.
And no, he's still here. He did it.
Oh, Rich Little. I'm thinking of Richard Pryor.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, our taxi service is here.
Oh, Lisa Duncan wants to know, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you and Sue?
I'm talking about. I'm 71. She's 45. They tell me you're not supposed to ask a woman her age. I don't get it, but I'm 71.
My mom used to say, "Woman tell you her age will tell you anything." She got that, I think, from Mamie Eisenhower. So
yeah, this comes from a woman that quit smoking for 30 years but couldn't put a cigarette down. She would drive with an unlit cigarette in her fingers everywhere she went. She would go to a party or walk around with an unlit cigarette constantly.
Yeah, Laura Lamb, it's Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones. And yeah, it is hard to believe he's still alive. He
looks like an old druggie. I mean, the guy just looks that.
It looks like an old rug.
Yeah. All right, well, let's end this. Our rides here.
Okay. Marjan, hey Marjan. So the graveyard is still alive. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters.
Graveyard. What graveyard's still alive? What are we talking about?
The Rolling Stones, the Beach Boys.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna go eat.
I'm going to go eat at some new Mexican restaurant, wherever it is. Where is this restaurant, Phil?
What's that?
Where is this restaurant?
You know where the Walmart is on 441 and 27?
Yeah?
There's a Lowe's and Walmart, Bell.
And then
Across the street from that, here used to be a seafood restaurant in that little
shopping.
Oh yeah,
St. John's Seafood.
St.
Oh,
John's
okay.
Seafood. Yeah.
Well, they're not there anymore in Campo Azul. I think you two links.
I know what shopping center he's talking
Yeah,
about.
I've not been in that one because
Yeah.
I like Sam St. John's, but
That's where that golf store's at, too. It's real popular for going in there. They have discount golf equipment. That's where I got my golf shoes.
no, I don't think that was the right one.
Yep. It's in there, and they used to have a delivery van or a truck that sat out front, had the name of the store on the front, and it sits there next to the highway.
See y'all.
Did we say goodbye yet?
I just did.
Well, all right. Tell Jerry and them thanks.
All right. Thanks all. Jerry, Marcia, Kevin, Phil. We see y'all later.